Have you ever felt that you carry a story different from others? As if your life has a weight that no one around you understands. This feeling of carrying a mission that goes beyond the ordinary may be marked within you, in ways that do not always appear in the mirror, but that speak directly to your soul. If you've ever felt that you face silent battles, that your gaze carries stories that can't be put into words, that your body reacts to what others don't see, perhaps you are one of the chosen. These are not common pains, nor trivial challenges. They are profound signs that your journey is special, unique, and full of meaning. The universe does not send these tests to just anyone. They are given to those who have the strength to carry a greater mission. And the marks you see and feel on your body, visible or not, are symbols of this calling. In this video, I will share with you the 7 marks that only the chosen possess. They are not mere accidents of life, but spiritual codes, sacred signs that reveal your true nature and your preparation for something grand. If you recognize yourself in any of them, know that you are not alone. You are part of a strong and luminous lineage that has gone through pain to get here. So stay with me until the end, as understanding these marks is the first step to embracing your power, your mission, and your destiny. If this message touches your heart, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, you will find a community that walks together, sharing strength, learning, and spiritual growth. Let's awaken that light that exists within you, because the chosen have a calling that cannot be ignored. The first mark of the chosen is an invisible wound that many cannot perceive. This scar does not appear on the skin, but is etched in the soul, in the personal history that you carry with you. It is the result of spiritual battles that began long before you can remember. Since childhood, you have faced challenges that seem disproportionate to your age. Internal crises, moments of loss and inexplicable pain, traumas that seem to repeat like an endless cycle. These events are not punishments or abandonments, but rather tests destined for those with a higher purpose. This invisible war generates a deep pain that is often silent. You may have felt that no one understood what you were going through, that your struggles were invisible to the world. This silent rejection and loneliness are part of the price that the chosen pay to become strong. These experiences are not in vain. They strengthen your soul and shape your spirit. You have endured situations that would have knocked down other people, but you kept moving forward, even when it seemed impossible. This resilience is the first mark of someone who has been chosen, an invisible warrior prepared for a greater mission. The invisible scar is a constant reminder that your journey is different. It shows that the pain you have faced has a purpose to transform you into a being capable of helping, inspiring, and guiding others in their own battles. Recognizing this mark helps you accept your difficulties and see the value of your endurance. It is not a sign of weakness, but rather of courage and inner strength. This scar proves that you are chosen, someone who carries within them a light that will never be extinguished. You are a spiritual warrior. This invisible mark is your identity, the seal that reveals the depth of your journey and the importance of your mission. Have you ever stopped to observe the eyes of the people around you, especially the eyes of those who seem to carry an invisible weight, a depth that goes beyond the surface? If you are chosen, you may recognize this look in yourself, a look that is not just a reflection of the eyes, but a window to the soul that has faced storms and still remains steadfast. The gaze of the chosen carries something that cannot be learned from books nor easily attained. It is the mark of spiritual resilience, the silent strength that arises from challenges that many cannot even imagine. It is the gaze of someone who has lost everything they considered safe and yet found the strength to rise and move forward. It is not about charm or a kind gesture. It is a gaze filled with history, with internal and external battles, with betrayals that hurt deeply, but that were unable to extinguish the light that dwells in the heart. This look reflects the invisible scars that time does not heal, but that transform. If your gaze has changed over time, if today it expresses something that few people understand, you carry this mark. It is the mark of those who have faced the fire of life, and, even when burned in parts, did not allow themselves to be consumed. This is a resilience that comes from the soul, a presence that commands respect and arouses curiosity. This look is a silent warning to the world. You have lived things that few can imagine. You are someone who knows the value of overcoming, because you have felt the pain of falling. Every glance you cast carries the strength of someone who has risen repeatedly, even when everything seemed lost. Behind this gaze, there is a story of new beginnings. You learned to reinvent yourself, to rebuild yourself even when there was no visible hope. This difficult journey did not break you. On the contrary, it strengthened your essence and your ability to stand firm in the face of storms. The gaze of the chosen does not seek approval or acceptance. It is natural, true, because it comes from within. It is the expression of a soul that has gone through trials and emerged transformed. And even if few understand this depth, you know that it is real and powerful. Having this gaze is to carry an identity that few have the courage to embrace. It is to recognize that life has brought you pains that you did not ask for, but that you used as fuel to grow and evolve. It is having the ability to look back and be grateful, because every fall was a lesson that prepared you for what is to come. You may notice that people are attracted to or even intimidated by this gaze. This happens because it conveys an energy that cannot be faked or extinguished. It is the authenticity of someone who has survived storms and has not been put out. If you identify with this mark, know that your presence is needed in this world. Your gaze is a light that illuminates not only your path, but also the paths of those who need inspiration to move forward. After all, the chosen do not just live, they survive and transcend. Your gaze is the living proof of this journey of resistance and courage. The spiritual unrest that manifests in the body is one of the most intense and silent marks of the chosen. Unlike common anxiety, this feeling is deep and connected to something that goes beyond the physical and the conscious mind. They are real symptoms, felt in the body, that reveal a constant connection with the invisible world that most cannot perceive. Many chosen ones experience sleepless nights, suffering from insomnia for no apparent reason. Rest seems impossible because the mind and body are on alert, picking up subtle energies that challenge peaceful sleep. This unrest is not a problem to be solved, but a sign that you are in tune with something greater. The weight on the chest, sudden waves of anxiety, and unexpected shivers are physical manifestations that indicate a heightened sensitivity. You may feel that your body reacts differently around certain people, places, or situations that carry dense or heavy energies. This discomfort is a natural reaction of your spirit trying to protect itself. You have tried to live normally, following common patterns and routines, but felt an inner voice telling you that this was not for you. This voice is your spirit speaking, the chosen function as living antennas, picking up information that goes beyond logic. Your body is not just a container, but a sensitive instrument capable of perceiving invisible spiritual dimensions. This mark is not a sign of weakness, but a gift that comes with responsibility. Over time, you learn to interpret these sensations as guidance, signs indicating whether you are on the right path or should avoid certain situations. Your body becomes a spiritual compass, a radar that protects you from energies that may destabilize you. At first, this condition may seem like a burden. The constant unrest can generate fatigue, confusion, and even fear. But by understanding its true origin, you begin to value your body as a precious ally that helps you navigate between the visible and the invisible. Practicing self-care, seeking moments of inner connection, and respecting the limits of the body are essential steps to balance this energy. This mark is a reminder that your mission requires sensitivity and courage to follow a path that few understand. Your restless body is proof that you are connected to a greater reality, living an intense spiritual experience. This mark confirms that you have been chosen to perceive what is hidden, to feel and act on levels that most ignore. You are an invisible guardian, a warrior of the spirit, and your bodily unrest is the sign that you are ready for this responsibility. Embrace this mark as part of your power, a tool that connects you to the greater purpose you came to fulfill, alerting you that your journey is special and requires attention to what is hidden from others. One of the deepest marks of the chosen is the loneliness that, although it seems like an emptiness, is actually a sacred space of revelation. It is common that, at certain moments in life, friends disappear, relationships end, and you feel alone. The first reaction may be to think that something is wrong with you, but that is not the case. This loneliness is not a punishment, nor a flaw of yours. It is a necessary process that God promotes to clear the environment around you. He removes what does not serve you, what hinders your inner growth. This distancing is not meant to leave you lost, but to prepare you for something greater. In the silence of loneliness, your soul finds space to breathe, to strengthen, and to grow. It is where you are invited to look within, to know yourself deeply, and to connect with your true essence. This phase may seem harsh, but it is a period of purification and transformation. Being hidden in this moment is divine protection. While the world seems distant, you are being molded, gaining maturity and acquiring an inner strength that few possess. This loneliness builds character and develops an authority that comes from self-knowledge. When loneliness becomes an ally, you learn that it reveals your true nature, your purpose, and your power. It does not isolate you, but connects you with who you really are, preparing you for the mission that is to come. One of the most striking characteristics of the chosen is the way their body functions as a spiritual radar. This ability goes beyond what the eyes can see or the mind can understand. The body picks up subtle energies, senses changes in the environment, and reacts physically to situations that most people do not notice. Have you ever felt your heart race suddenly, for no logical reason, or sensed a weight in the air when entering certain places? These are natural responses of your body to energies that others cannot feel. These reactions are not exaggerations or fabrications of the mind, but real signs of a deep spiritual discernment. This type of sensitivity is one of the strongest marks of the chosen. It causes the body to react when there is deceit, falsehood, or danger nearby. It is as if your organism has a built-in alarm system that warns you before the situation becomes harmful. Many may interpret these sensations as anxiety or nervousness, but for those who have this mark, they are spiritual alerts in physical form. The body, being an extension of the soul, responds to the vibrations of the environment, identifying what is true and what is toxic. This perception makes the body a valuable instrument, a compass that guides your decisions and actions. It protects you from people and situations that could hinder your development or divert your spiritual mission. When the body signals discomfort, whether through insomnia, heaviness in the chest, or shivers, it is important to listen to and respect these signs. They are not punishments, but warnings that help you maintain your balance. Over time, the chosen learn to differentiate the signals that come from the body, recognizing which ones deserve attention and which are just fleeting reactions. This inner wisdom is essential for keeping energy clear and focusing on the mission. This spiritual radar also acts as an energetic filter, helping to keep your field protected from negative influences. It is a shield that keeps your essence intact. Valuing this communication between body and spirit is essential for the growth of the chosen. Often, society teaches us to ignore these sensations, but for those with this mark, listening to the body is an act of wisdom. When you recognize your body as a spiritual radar, you gain a powerful ally to navigate the complexities of the world. This mark strengthens your confidence and keeps you aligned with your purpose, even in the face of difficulties. Your bodily sensitivity is not a weakness, but an extraordinary ability. It connects you to deep levels of perception and prepares you to fulfill your mission with greater clarity and protection. This mark shows that you are chosen with a special gift. Your body is an instrument that guides and protects you, transforming your journey into something illuminated and safe. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to inexplicably like you, while others appear to harbor an antipathy for no apparent reason? This difference does not happen by chance. When you are chosen, your inner light shines so brightly that it ends up exposing what many prefer to hide in their own hearts. This light is not just any energy. It is a deep force that reveals hidden truths, internal shadows, and insecurities that people avoid facing. By radiating this light, you provoke a silent discomfort in those who live in darkness, an invisible but very powerful reaction. This discomfort is the root of the rejection you often feel, even if there is no clear reason for it. But this rejection is not something personal, nor a direct consequence of your actions. It is a spiritual reflection, a mirror that shows others what they do not want to see in themselves. And this exposure can lead to unjust judgments, misunderstandings, and even unexpected attacks. Being chosen means carrying this light that disturbs, and this is a clear sign that you are on the right path, aligned with a greater force that guides your existence. This journey, however, is not easy. Often you may feel alone, misunderstood, and even suffer from unexplained aggressions. These experiences are part of the spiritual process of growth and maturity. The attacks, whether verbal, emotional, or silent, are manifestations of the resistance that others have in the face of your authenticity and transparency. Your presence awakens fears, resentments, and envies that prefer to remain hidden. Since almost no one wants to confront their own shadows, the natural reaction is to reject those who illuminate them. This rejection, however, should not be seen as an obstacle. It is a confirmation that your light is shining brightly, illuminating paths that many would prefer to keep in darkness. Your light serves as an invitation for transformation, encouraging others to awaken to their own truths. It is essential that you learn to protect yourself in these situations. Keep your focus on your mission and your inner light. Do not allow rejection to silence your essence or extinguish your flame. Each unjust criticism, each unfounded judgment is one more step on your spiritual journey. Never forget that you are a mirror. What disturbs others has nothing to do with you, but with them. It is the fear they have of facing their own shadows. Your light brings discomfort because it reveals what they prefer to hide. Therefore, when faced with rejection, take a deep breath and recognize your worth. Know that you are playing a fundamental role, showing that truth and light cannot be ignored. You are helping to build a more conscious world, even if this generates resistance. In the end, this mark of baseless rejection is one of the greatest proofs that you are on the right path. Your light is essential, even if it bothers. It is the force that moves your soul and inspires those who are willing to see beyond appearances. You are a beacon, an agent of transformation, and your journey has a real and profound impact. The seventh mark of the chosen is one of the deepest and most transformative, the wound that becomes a tool. If you are reading this, you may have already felt that the pains you have carried, the difficulties you have gone through, were not in vain. In fact, these painful experiences have a greater purpose. They prepare you to be an instrument of healing and support for other people. Over time, many chosen ones realize that the same wounds that once caused suffering transform into a solid foundation to help those who are in the midst of their own battles. The invisible scars you carry are not just memories of the past. They are living testimonies of your strength, your capacity to reinvent yourself, and to turn what was difficult into learning and growth. It is as if your story were a map, a light that guides those who feel lost along the way. The pain you have felt, whether emotional, spiritual, or physical, has made you sensitive to the suffering of others. You know what loss is, what loneliness feels like, and the sensation of helplessness. This deep understanding has made you a natural comforter, someone who embraces others' pain without judgment, with true empathy and an open heart. Transforming your own pain into a tool is not simple. It requires the courage to look within yourself, to face what hurts, without trying to flee or hide. And it is precisely in this process of self-acceptance that the authority you convey to others is born. Your wisdom does not come from books or theories, but from real experiences, from intense living. This mark shows that you were not wounded just to survive, but to become a light in the darkness for those who need it. Your journey is an example of resilience, a source of hope. Every tear you have shed has immense meaning, as it transforms into a bridge that connects hearts and souls. When you share your story, you do not only speak of yourself, you offer a path for those who also face difficulties. Your experience brings comfort and shows that overcoming is possible, making you a beacon, an inspiration that lights the way for many who seek strength to carry on. Being chosen entails carrying these wounds with dignity, recognizing in them an inexhaustible source of power and healing. It is a profound transformation where pain gains a new meaning, that of serving others, of helping to heal the invisible wounds that afflict so many people around the world. Your wound has become a tool because you chose not to be dominated by suffering. You have become a master at transforming challenges into opportunities, making adversity fuel for growth. This is your greatest accomplishment and the legacy you leave for the world. No matter how difficult your journey has been, your mark is proof that you are chosen. A chosen one who not only survived, but now uses their story to strengthen and uplift others. Your life has a purpose, and this wound that once hurt is now your greatest tool to illuminate the path. The marks you carry do not indicate weakness, but rather a profound calling for awakening. Every sleepless night, every crisis that shook your being, and every moment of forced silence has a divine purpose. These experiences are not mere coincidences or random sufferings. God never places a pain without meaning in the life of those He has chosen. He uses these difficult moments to shape, strengthen, and prepare you for a greater mission. You have been set apart from the ordinary, not by chance, but because your soul has a special task. You have undergone a period of training in the shadows, faced silent trials, and now you are being called to emerge into the light, to assume your role with awareness and courage. Even if the outside world does not recognize your value or your effort, know that the universe has already signed your destiny. You belong to a spiritual plan that goes far beyond what we can understand with the human mind. If this message resonated within you, do not let this connection go unnoticed. Express your truth in the comments. I carry marks. I am chosen. It is not about pride, but about a sincere commitment to yourself and to the universe. It is a reminder that you are steadfast, unshakable, with a clear mission and a purpose that no adversity can erase. Your journey is just beginning. Every step you take is a move closer to your full awakening. The marks you carry are the foundation of your inner strength, the solid root of your spiritual authority. You are not alone on this walk. Your light is essential to illuminate the path for many who are still searching for meaning and direction. Stand firm and honor your marks. The awakening of the chosen does not represent an end, but the beginning of a powerful journey, filled with meaning and real impact in the world. Your presence makes a difference. You are chosen, and now is your time to shine with all the intensity that your soul allows.